Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Overview and Scrutiny Committee meeting at Norfolk District Council on Wednesday, the 17th of April, 2024. And the first item on our agenda is to receive apologies for absence.
I've received apologies from councillors Fletcher and MacDonald.
Thank you. Any substitutes today? Meeting at Norfolk District Council on item 3 is public questions and statements. And the first item on our agenda is to receive apologies for absence.
I've received apologies from
I think we have
MacDonald.
Any substitutes today? Meeting. There's only one of me. Item 3 is public questions. That's enough. Statements. One, two. How is that? One of me now? Sufficient. Good. Okay. Public questions and statements then. Not that I'm aware of any. Thank you. Item 4 is minutes. So that's the minutes of the last meeting held on Wednesday, the 20th of March. We can go through them first of all for accuracy, please. Page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Are they an accurate record of that meeting? Are you happy that I should sign them as such? Do I have any objectors? No? Okay, then I will sign those off in due course. Very much. Item 6 is declarations of interest. Are there any declarations of interest in respect to today's business? Does anybody have any declarations to make? No? Okay, thank you. Item 7 is petitions from members of the public. I'm not aware of any, thank you. Item 8, consideration of any matter referred to the committee by a member. Again, I'm not aware of any. Item 9, responses of the council or the cabinet to the committee reports or recommendations.
It's just the tracker that's on agenda item 9, which is on page 13 and 14, which has been updated since last meeting.
Okay, thank you. I mean, I think the only comment I would just make is to invite you, if you've got a view on this tracker, because it's a relatively new addition to the way in which we operate as a committee. My initial view is that it's a very useful tool and helps us to follow through and forms a bit of an audit trail from business that we've conducted over months. And I guess as time passes, this will become longer in length. And but I wonder whether you have any comments, Councillor Holliday.
Thank you, Chair. I wondered if it's a very useful document, but it's process rather than outcomes. And I wondered if we could have a column with the outcomes, because as we move through time, we'll have the actual result that we were hoping to achieve. Thank you.
So that would be effectively to add another column, and that would be the outcomes in addition to whether it's been implemented or not, because that, as I think you should probably say, is an indication of a completion of process, but the outcomes are probably need to be listed separately from that. That's fine. Any other comments? No? Okay, well, that's fine. Thank you very much for that. Moving on then to item 10 on our agenda, and that's the annual review of beach huts and chalets. So that's Councillor Shires and Officer Garfoot, are you joining us? Thank you. To you, Councillor Shires.
Thank you very much. And good morning, members. Please accept my apologies for looking well rested. I've just had 2.5 weeks off council works. This is my first meeting coming back. So the report that you have.
I think you might have been better when you had it further up rather than directly into it.
Like over there. Can everyone hear? Yes? Okay.
Right.
That's fine. So the report you've got before you contains a lot of information. Apologies if it's not enough information, but I hope that through questioning, if there's anything else that you need, you can request that. I want to thank Renata for presenting such a good paper. So that will hopefully give us lots of conversation points. But I'm looking really towards the committee to steer, because the recommendation is to receive and note the update. So I'm presenting it, but I'm sure there'll be some more challenging questions. I'll hand over to Renata if there's anything else that Renata would like to add.
Thank you. So this paper covers from the period September 22 to 23. There's a 52.6. Is there feedback?
There is.
Sorry. There's a 52.6% occupancy rate on the weekly lets, which is an increase, and that's been an increase year on year from when the previous review was undertaken. Winter block bookings remain popular, but this year or this period, there was a reduction in the peak weeks. So that's the school holidays, July and August. We believe that was due to the weather. It wasn't so great. Cost of living crisis and increase in our weekly rate. We are in touch with other local authorities to review with them their experience of last year, and that will help us inform management of the beach huts going forward. Demand remains strong for 5-year lease sites. The waiting list had an increase of 56 people during the period. That brings us to a total of 895 people on the waiting list. We had 26 leases were relinquished during that period. So half of that new demand was met. We're currently undertaking a lease renewal of over 300 beach huts and chalet plots. And as part of that, we are doing a rental increase. Thank you.
Great, thank you. I'll open up to questions and members first, please. Councillor Boyd. Would you advise with stopping and restarting or?
It's a matter for you, Chair. We have a frozen screen on the bottom. The top screen is working okay. The audio seems to be effective, but we don't know how to fix it unless we shut it down and restart again. It would just take a couple of minutes. So
Okay.
if you're
We
happy
thought-
to do that, we could.
We've got time, I think, to do